Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining today from wherever you're joining across the different regions that we're working with. We're just going to give it a few minutes just to allow some more people to join the call before we officially start the meeting. So just bear with us for an extra minute or two, and then we'll get started. Thanks so much. Okay, well, it's around 3 minutes past now, and just in the interest of time, just so that we don't run over for today's session, I guess we'll get started. So again, thank you everyone for joining today. And I want to welcome Ketsiwe Kumalo to open the opening remarks for today's session. Thanks very much.
Hi, Freya, and good morning, everyone. Happy to be here today. I think colleagues can agree that this has been really an interesting period for the Enhanced Transparency Framework, and we are really excited here at CBIT-GSP to welcome you to the first a series or workshop of our mutual learning program on supporting countries to improve reporting. And I think this has been really one of the exciting flagship programs of the CBIT-GSP, where we are bringing countries together to learn from each other. And since we started collaborating with the Ministry of Environment in Japan and IGES, and also really appreciating our participating countries that have been participating consecutive year in this collaboration. And I think what is so special about the MLP is that it kind of hands-on and really help countries and help colleagues to work steadily with each other in terms of trying to understand and support each other as they develop their transparency reports. So this is what makes it so exciting, I will say, from my side, and I also for many colleagues, I think, that have worked in this area. So what we are doing today is basically to try to work with all of you here in terms of making sure that you support each other in this program and learn from each other and try to understand the challenges, the issues that different colleagues go through as they prepare their reports. So the objective of this meeting today is very simple. It's basically to introduce this MLP program to countries and also get experience from other countries that have actually gone through the program and see how this practical approach, hands-on approach, is helping build the necessary capacities for colleagues to actually work on their BTRs. Importantly, what has been really, I think, successful is that most of the countries that have participated in this MLP program have really used this opportunity to ensure that they prepare their first BTRs and gain some insight. And at this moment, we are hoping that this process is also going to contribute towards the preparation of BTR2. So since 2023, the MLP has supported about 12 countries through a structured and progressive learning. And this includes Azerbaijan, Armenia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Georgia, Japan, Kazakhstan, Lesotho, Moldova, Serbia, Turkey, Uzbekistan, and Zambia. And as you can see from this list of countries, these are countries coming from the different parts of the globe. And this really shows how this MLP program help countries to kind of like share their experience coming from different parts of the world. So countries do not only just receive technical guidance, they learn directly from each other. They exchange practical experiences, discuss real challenges, and share solutions that have worked in their national context. And this approach really brings solidarity and also helps build confidence and practical skills among those countries that are participating. While we have been really in the many series that we have had, really concentrating on NDC tracking, looking at how we support countries on completing the CTF tables, the model has actually proven to be more flexible than that. And last year, we actually brought together countries that learn on how to report on adaptation. And this involved Bosnia and Herzegovina, Lesotho, and Zambia. And this was really an interesting experience also for us here at CBIT-GSP, and actually given us more ideas in terms of how we can support countries better. And we have really learned from the experiences of countries and from the feedback that we have received also from countries on how this experience exchange, how this peer-to-peer learning is actually something that they appreciate more, because it presents really practical examples of how countries can improve reporting and strengthen their understanding on the MPGs. So we hope this session will encourage additional countries to join our MLP. And I want to encourage those countries who might be interested and want to learn from other countries to really reach out to our network coordinators and let us know how we can support you. And we will, of course, do our homework and identify countries that we can pair those countries that might be interested. We also want to recognize that many countries continue to face challenges in implementing the ETF. And I think we have seen this through the submissions that have gone through the UNFCCC. And we hear now and again that the outstanding challenges include limited data, methodological gaps, coordination issues that are really critical and linked to institutional arrangement. And of course, an occurring issue also has been how to build domestic capacity to ensure that countries actually have the capacity that is needed for them to implement the ETF. We have also learned from countries that experience sharing and peer learning is actually one of the very valuable approaches in building capacities. And so this gives us the confidence that through this MLP, we are able to really meet the needs of countries. And one of the learning packages for the MLP in 2026 has already been confirmed. We have countries that have shown interest, and we are going to start working with the pairs of these countries, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Turkey, and Moldova. And we will continue to lean on the support of the government of Japan. And again, we will focus on NDC tracking with these countries, particularly main focus on CTF Table 4. And this will help to improve how countries are actually reflecting their tracking of progress in the implementation of their NDCs. However, as I've already said, we would like to work with more countries. So this is an open invitation to countries who are really interested in actually going through this peer-to-peer learning journey with us. Please let us know which areas you are interested in, and if you have specific countries in mind that you would like to work with. So this is really us saying use this platform and let us know how we can better meet your needs and also provide the space for you to actually learn among your peers. So UNEP-CCC and CBIT-GSP remain really committed to supporting countries and ensure that countries have the necessary capacities. We know that some of the challenges that we face, we may not be able to fix them on a one-time occasion or with one training or with one peer-to-peer exchange. And also, we understand that the challenges on implementing the ETF are evolving. And as countries start to understand the processes, new challenges emerge. And we are ready to stand with countries and ensure that countries have the necessary support and ensure that countries have the confidence that is required for them to be able to implement the ETF. And just to say, colleagues, the ETF is so fundamental, not only just to prepare the BTR reports, because this is one side of the story, but the most important part is how we use the information that is being generated by the BTRs to inform policy at a national level. And this is the most fundamental thing. And this is how we're supposed to look at transparency in terms of how it is bringing transformational change in institutions, in terms of how institutions relate to each other, how institutions put in place policies to climate-proof their economic development. Finally, I would like to sincerely thank the Ministry of Environment of Japan for their continued partnership and support in this process. And we're really looking forward to engaging with so many of you and also the countries that are going to start their MLP program this year. So I would like to encourage you to really reach out to our network coordinators, Nalia and Slanjania, who are in the region, and really express where we can support you. We also offer in-country direct support, which is very additional and very specific to your needs in your preparation of your reports, and we are ready to ensure that countries meet their commitments in submitting their BTRs, but also in making sure that transparency works for countries at national level. So I will end here today and really encourage you that you engage and look forward to very productive and impactful journey on the MLP. Thank you very much. All to you, Freya.
Sorry, I was muted. Thanks so much, Ketsue, for those opening remarks. And yeah, obviously, as Ketsue said, one of the main things that we want to do today is to introduce basically the MLP series to maybe some different countries and different people who haven't been involved in it. And we're going to be doing that through a few presentations, which will be done by Nelia and Slajana first. And then the bulk of today's session is what we actually want to focus on, some experience sharing from representatives from Japan, Moldova, and Azerbaijan. And of course, throughout this, we'll have time for questions for people to use the Q&A functions to put their questions in. I can see, Elena, you already have your hand up. I think we're okay maybe for you to take the question. If you want to take the question now, I think that's okay for time. So go ahead, Elena.
I think it was by mistake.
Okay. Okay, no problem then. I think someone said it was by accident. That's no problem at all. But of course, continue to ask questions throughout. You can either raise your hand during some dedicated Q&A sessions, or of course make use of the Q&A function and the chat function of the Teams. So thank you again, Ketsiwe, and I'm going to hand over to Snejana to sort of run you through some of the practical elements of the framework for the MLP. Go ahead, Snejana.
Thank you very much, Freya. Good morning to everyone, and welcome to this introduction event about the MLP framework. So today I will guide you through how the MLP evolved over the past years and where we are heading in 2026. As we mentioned already, the Mutual Learning Program was founded by Ministry of Environment Japan and implemented initially by IGES and Mitsubishi Research Institute. But since 2023, CBIT-GSP has joined forces with the partners from Japan and expanded this initiative. The main objective of MLP is really simple: to practically support countries in preparing their BTRs under the Paris Agreement. So some other practical objectives are, first, to understand the structure of reporting elements of the Common Tabular Forms, or CTFs. Second, to practice completing these formats through exercise, through practical exercise by using national data. Third, also to identify gaps that countries maybe have in data or information. And finally, to consider how national system can track progress in implementing and achieving their NDCs. So this hands-on approach ensures that countries not only learn, but also apply knowledge directly to their reports. So the methodology of the MLP is actually framed around three meetings. Initial meeting introduces objectives, expectations, and actually we explain the first assignment, first exercise to the countries. Also, countries usually present themselves, their teams, and provide some information about the field or topic that we will have for the particular exercise. Then the next is the main meeting where countries present their first exercise and exchange of views and prepare for second assignment. And the third one is follow-up meeting where we review the second exercise, present results, consolidate learning outputs, and discuss some next steps. Between these meetings, countries conduct exercise and review each other's draft exercise, actually by fostering peer-to-peer learning. So in between initial meeting and main meeting, countries work on their exercise with their country teams, and then all countries in a certain period of time, they make comments to their exercises of the peer countries. They make comments, ask questions, etc., etc. And then on the next session, also when present results of the exercise, countries also answer the question of their peers and discuss results. it is important to emphasize that this program is not program is about the learning, but is not about the perfection. So outputs of the exercises can be informal or hypothetical, and process as itself is more um, more valuable than correctness of the data provided. So within the MLP, actually, we encourage creativity, openness, and also even enjoyment, because the learning is more effective when participants feel engaged and supported. So just a brief overview of the sessions that we had from 2023. The first, when we started with the MLP, we were focusing Article 13, reporting mitigation actions in energy sector with Azerbaijan, Georgia, Japan, Moldova, and Uzbekistan. Usually, in previous period, we worked into our networks, Eurasia and Central Asia and Caucasus, where 2 countries per each network have participated, and also Japan contributed to both groups. In 2024, we expanded MLP, so we had 2 groups. First group was focusing agriculture, and Azerbaijan, Georgia, Japan, Moldova, and Uzbekistan participated, while group 2, group of new countries focused on energy sector, with Armenia, Kazakhstan, Japan, Serbia, and Turkey also participating in this cycle. In 2025, we also had 2 groups, where the group 1 focused on emission projections, and Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Moldova, and Turkey and Japan participated. But also we introduced for the first time MLP to support adaptation reporting, where Zambia, Lesotho, and Bosnia and Herzegovina have participated. So in 2026, as already mentioned, we will have also 2 focus areas. First one is NDC tracking, particularly learning on how to evaluate progression of the NDC implementation and achievement related to reporting CTF table 4. And already we have confirmed participation from 4 countries from Eurasia and Central Asia and Caucasus. And Japan, of course, will join as a country with sharing, performing all exercises and sharing experiences. And time frame for this group is from April to July. So we always allow sufficient time to countries to finalize their exercise, to make comments and pose questions to peer countries, etc. So that is all calculated within this time frame. Focus area 2, again, will be reporting on adaptation results and monitoring and evaluation in adaptation. And participating countries will be from Anglophone Africa, MENA, and Eurasia regional network. And time frame for this MLP focus area or group of countries is from May to July 2026. Thank you very much. I just will say that usually we have 3 meetings within this MLP. And countries, of course, work on their exercises and questions in between the meetings. But depending if whether we have one or two exercises, we can have two meetings where MLP is consisted of just one exercise, or three meetings when we have two exercises prepared for the countries. So that was in short about the MLP. Thank you very much for your attention. My colleague Nelia will provide you more information about specific cycles and topics we worked on through these years. Thank you very much. Freya, over to you.
Thanks, Lajana. I think you've introduced what Nelia is going to be talking about now, so I think we can hand over directly to Nelia. So go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, colleagues, and thank you, Slajana, for doing the contribution, to how MLP looks like. But actually, you even captured the themes. That's why I will not be long in my presentation. I will just take another 3 maybe minutes to specifically go to the themes, because you've already mentioned how many countries we have been working with and what areas and regions. But what I would like to make a focus on is like very specific maybe themes which we have been addressing in our MLP since 2023 until now. And you can see here that in 2023 we have started with the exercise on CTF table 5. It was all about NDC tracking, but specifically looking at the CTF 5 and how it should be filled in and focusing on the energy. And we had another exercise to do is to ask the participants to describe the methodology, how these energy calculations were done by the countries. And we also worked with CTF1 and CTF2. Further on, in 2024, we continued to work with the same pairs of countries. You see this Azerbaijan, Japan, Uzbekistan, Georgia, and Moldova, as we did in the beginning. But we were focusing on CTF table 5 with a focus on agriculture. So we did the same, but the sector was changed. In parallel, we started the same MLP program for newcomers. It was Armenia, Kazakhstan, and Serbia and Turkey as newcomers. And we did the same cycle as we did in 2023. CTF 5, energy, CTF 1, and CTF 2. In 2025, we were focusing on CTF 711. So it was mostly addressing the emission projections. So how the countries are succeeding in filling in the CTF for emission projections. And we have been working with the same countries as we did initially, but instead of Georgia, Turkey joined. And Slajana already mentioned and Katsive in her presentation, in her welcoming remarks, that we started adaptation reporting using the MLP approach, and this was for the first time for us, like refocusing our topic from NDC tracking to something different. So it was adaptation, and we're going to continue this year too. And for 2026, apart from adaptation, which Slajana already mentioned, we have already confirmed learning package for CTF4. And this is particularly important for our countries, especially given having the fact that the countries have already formulated and submitted their NDC 3 2.0. And this is actually how we are going to discuss how to put the information about the new targets, and how at the same time not to forget tracking the previous targets. So, and we will continue again with the same numbers of countries like we did this last year and previously. And yes, Lejana already mentioned that the region, Anglophone Africa countries, MENA and Eurasia will be working on adaptation at the same time this year. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nelia. And yeah, of course, if anyone has any questions regarding anything that Snejana or Nelia has spoken about or presented, then feel free to write your questions into the Q&A, but also feel free to reach out to both Snejana and Nelia on this. Like, they have a lot of information in addition to what they have presented today. If you are interested in having an NLP or something similar in your countries. So considering I don't see any questions at the moment, now we'll be moving on to the experience sharing portion of today's webinar. And we've asked a representative from, as I said, from Japan, from Moldova and Azerbaijan to share some of their experiences in working on the MLP, in either, you know, in Japan's case, sort of working across multiple MLPs, and also from the different countries' perspectives as well. So we've asked three main questions. So the first is, which you can hopefully see on the screen now. Yeah, if you could just put it in presentation mode, Snejana. Thank you so much. So yeah, the first question, as you can see, is what was the topic of the MLP that you participated in, and what were the most valuable insights or skills that you gained from the MLP program? The second question is what issues did you identify in your CTFs and resolve during the MLP, and how did you address them? And then the third one was, how has participation in the MLP supported your country's preparation and submission of the Biennial Transparency Reports? So as I said, we have three speakers today, and there'll be time after each of them have presented for you to ask any questions. So I would first like to ask Morimoto Takashi from Japan to first share your experience, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to share my screen. Just a moment, please. Okay. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it, Morimoto.
Okay.
Thank
you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your introduction. And good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Takashi Morimoto from Japan. I'm a transparency expert of Japan, and I've been involved in the Japan's transparency activities, including the GAG inventory and Biennial reports and national communication, and of course the BTR now. And also, I'm involved in the capacity building project for Asian region in transparency. So first of all, thank you very much for having me at this very interesting webinar regarding the MLP, and also I'm very happy to see the brief history of the MLP presented and Snejana's presentation. That's the I remember that when we firstly started this MLP in 2020, the participating country were maybe only three or four, yes. But now very expanding thanks to the great efforts of CBIT-GSP. So I'd like to appreciate it. So today, I'd like to introduce or share our experiences and lessons learned from MLP. Okay, okay. So I'd like to respond to guiding questions provided by CBIT-GSP. First, guiding question is the former part of the guiding question one is the what was the topic of MLP we participated in. We have participated in MLP since 2023, and we participated most of topics of the MLP except adaptation reporting. And this table shows how many questions we received for each topic in each year, and also how many questions or comments we provided to other participating countries. As you can see, we have received many questions from other countries. That was very helpful to clarify what's part of our draft reporting should be improved, and also that's a question could contribute to the further understanding of the reporting requirement. And also we have provided or submitted many questions. Sorry for colleagues, and very many questions, but I think that shows the reviewing the other countries' draft reporting are very interesting and very helpful for enhancing our transparency capacities. And the latter part of the guiding question 1, most valuable insight was skills that we gained from the MLP. I can say that we could examine what kind of reporting would be appropriate from the perspective of compliance with the MPGs and transparency and completeness. Maybe as you already know, there are two ways communication or two ways work of in the MLP. We answer questions provided by other participating countries, and also we ask questions to other countries. Both are very helpful because when we try to answer questions from other countries, we considered how to clarify reporting content for better understanding on our side. And also when we ask questions, when we consider the questions to other countries, we considered how we would report if we are that country. Based on the draft reporting of other countries. That exercise was also very helpful for us. So that is my response to guiding question 1. And guiding question 2 were the issues we identified in our CTFs and resolved during the MLP and how to address them. I'd like to introduce just one example. This slide was used for our presentation during the MLP. Sorry, the font is a little bit small. But in summary, we received some questions regarding the key indicators, selected indicators to track the NDC in last year's MLP. Those questions are in relation to the definition of key indicators, selected indicators, and also how to deal with the LULUCF contribution in our indicator, which is the net GHG emissions. Today, I don't want to go into the technical elements here, but through this communication or question answers, we could identify a need to elaborate on our explanation on selected indicator in our first BTR. And also, during the technical expert review that was conducted last year, we received similar questions from technical expert review team. So we provided a more detailed explanation to the technical expert review team based on the experience of question and answer during the MLP. So that means this kind of question on the process that was conducted in MLP was very helpful, not only improving the BTR, but also how to respond to the TER, technical expert level. And that is my response to the second question. And third question, how has the participation in the MLP supported Japan's preparation and submission of BTR? And first point, that we could understand other countries' BTR preparation status. Because when we prepared first BTR in 2024, I remember that the COP presidency, Azerbaijan, requested all parties to submit the first BTR in advance of the COP, so much earlier than the deadline, which is by the end of 2024. So at the time, I was very interested in how other countries try to respond to this request from the COP presidency. And I remember that maybe that's a kickoff meeting of the MLP in 2024. I knew that other participating countries have already started the preparation of first BTR and showed a very good progress. So I was very impressed by that. So yeah, I remember that I thought, that Japan needed to accelerate our preparation in order to submit our first BTR before the COP. So that is a very good takeaway from the MLP. And second point that, of course, we could promote our understanding of reporting requirements or reporting approaches, because for some reporting requirements, I have the question regarding how to interpret the reporting requirement, but through the communication or question and answers with other country experts, those kind of questions could be solved. So that is also very helpful. And so that actually we could improve our draft report of the first BTR. And also I showed in the previous slide how to respond to the technical expert review team. Was also the point that we could get the insight through the
So
communication.
sorry, there
the
is
MLP.
one meeting after another. I joined to another webinar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And that is my presentation. So thank you very much, and over to you.
Thanks so much, Takashi. I was wondering if anyone has any questions for Takashi on his experience and overall Japan's experience with the MLP based on what he's presented there. And again, of course, you can raise your hand, or you can also put it into the Q&A. And if you also like as well and want to sort of digest the information a little bit more, I'm sure Takashi's email is also open for any questions relating to the MLP and how Japan has been involved. But I don't see any hands raised or any questions coming through. Oh, Nelia, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not a question. Maybe just a comment. When we have been working together, it was sometimes very interesting to see that the region, either Eurasian, either Central Asia and Caucasus, are having so much in common in terms of like sectors, in terms of policy and measures on emission reduction. And Japan is having like extraordinary measures which we have never thought about. So it like, I mean, participation of Japan added really a great value of something which goes beyond the context of our region. And I think this is a very great contribution. And thank you, Takashi, for your support ever. I mean, all our countries, when I'm sending an email that are you going to participate? Do you confirm that you will participate in this MLP this year? The next question is Japan participating? So we would like to orient ourselves how Japan is leading on this process. And thank you very much, because Japan since 2023, at least within our CBIT-GSP cooperation, has been like a leading model on some methodologies, on some formulas, on some approach you are using. So it's a great benefit for our countries to learn, not even from each other, but also learn from you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very happy comments. Very happy to hear your comments. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Takashi. I don't see any questions coming through, so I think just in the interest of time, that we'll move over to the next speaker now. So I'd like to ask our representative from Moldova, so Mr. Mihai Târșu, to speak on Moldova's experience in the MLP. So go ahead, Mihai.
Do you see my screen in full
Yeah,
mode?
yeah, we can see your screen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, and good afternoon or good day to everyone from Moldova. And thank you for inviting me to share my experience in participating in MLP. It was indeed very useful to participate together with countries like Japan, Armenia, Turkey, and other participants, because indeed you get a lot of experience from these exercises. Regarding my participation in MLPs, I have participated in first MLP on energy sector. It is mentioned here, reporting of mitigation action in the energy sector, and I think it was very scary at the beginning for us when because I was and I am still now the team leader of developing BTR and CTF tables and projections of GNG emissions, and I was a bit scared at the beginning how you will manage to do all of these things described in MPGs, but first experience in MLP in starting in 2023 was, I think, most valuable for me and for my team, and especially using these exercises, because performing these exercises together with my team, we learned how to develop or how to present measure or policy, how to develop methodology for each proposed measure, and these exercises helped us very much in the future when you're preparing BTR first, and especially very valuable contribution was from this cross-check review of results by other experts, and I wish to thank to Japan colleagues because they developed such items in the exercise and proposed it, and it was indeed a very good contribution from their side, and very good review and comments for developed for obtaining the results, and which was used by us in developing at least CTF table 5. During this exercise, you understood the methodology and assumption how to be performed and how should be reported after in these CTF tables. And of course, during this first MLP, the big issue was CTF tables, of course. It was indeed a headache, and I think it still are, but I suppose around or more than 90% we understood how to manage with all these CTF tables due to these MLPs. During the MLPs, we learned how to develop this CTF table, CTF1 and CTF2 tables, and as mentioned, Tokash also how to present definitions for each indicators and understood NDC. I also wish to mention that along with the MLP, it was very useful to participate in this workshop organized in Almaty, because during this workshop, all knowledge what you accumulated during MLP, it was a good chance to practically learn how to develop and to have a lot of change of experience with participants in this workshop. And indeed, it is very good to combine such approach MLP with some practical workshop face-to-face, and this works very great. I also participated in the second MLP, Enhancing Transparency Reporting on Emission. It was a very useful exercise also to review Table 7 and Table 711 for Turkey and Japan, and other colleagues reviewed our tables, and indeed the comments and answers that you received and others, you gain a lot of experience that later we used in our BTRs. Regarding issues in CTF tables as a result of MLPs, I can mention here just few of them. I can say that at the beginning all CTF tables were like a big issue, but step by step we managed to overcome this, how to say, afraid that it will be very difficult to fill. Now at the beginning of BTR2, it is not anymore a big issue, so we are feeling very comfortable. Due to MLP 2023 especially, I personally get general idea how should look CTF tables, at least table 5, which is more close to me, and is one of the most important, I think, in this exercise, because it compiles all measures and final results and how to describe it. Due to MLP 2025, I understood what in our BTR1 we didn't include sensibility analysis, although we've done it, and it will be now as a good practice for us, because in BTR2 you will include already this sensibility analysis, what is somehow mandatory one. And how has participation in the MLP supported the country for submission and for submission of BTR1? So I think that MLP has built a strong capacity for our team and for me personally in preparation of BTR and its submission. CTF tables helped a lot in filling tables for UNIC reporting system. Of course, it was small differences, but finally we managed to overcome and complete all necessary information. Especially in our CTF tables were not information about the cost of measures, and it was necessary after to develop them. Also, I think you need to continue with MLP as it is very useful help in doing our tasks. Thank you very much for cooperation.
Thank you very much, Mihai. It was great to hear from Moldova's experience as well. So I'm not sure if there are any questions for Mihai on anything he presented or any further questions for him relating to Moldova's overall experience. I'm just looking in the Q&A now. Slajana, I see your hand is raised. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Freya. This is more common than a question. Just to say that at the beginning, and Moldova is from very beginning in MLP and participated at every cycle of the MLP. Yes, it was difficult at the beginning since when countries started preparing their BTRs or thinking what information should provide, especially when reporting NDC, it was not easy to think to know what and how to report on NDC. So what I remember is really one great team from Moldova, since it's not just Mihai. There is like 15 people from Moldova participating as a team, contributing to the exercises, contributing to joint efforts to, exchange information, thoughts, ideas, etc. So, Moldova really was great participants of MLP program, and I'm really glad to hear that MLP helped you in preparing your reports and future in increasing or enhancing transparency. So thank you, Mihai, and thank you, Moldova's team.
Thank you, Slajana.
Thank you. Okay, I see a hand raised. So Obet Kawanga, do you want to go ahead and unmute?
Thank you, moderator. I've observed the two presentations, one from Japan and the Moldova one. Their focus mostly is energy methodology and agriculture energy methodologies. Also, Mongolia, similarly, energy methodologies. And I haven't seen any methodology relating to waste. If you are told they have included waste in their reportings, because here in Zambia, we have that actually the challenge on waste. Usually we rely on empirical data. Maybe any comment on that? Thank you.
Yes, Slajana, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ed, for your question. It's very valid, but we always, when planning MLP, we communicate with the countries and asking what are the priorities in their reports. So for now, the priority was energy sector, of course, mitigation reporting, and also then as per countries' request, we focused also on agriculture. So once when we have like countries or group of countries for MLP, since there is two countries, and Japan, per region. We will organize MLP on waste sector. So you are very much welcome to contact your country network coordinator and to ask to join to MLP, and we will see if there are other interested countries in the same topic. I hope that I answered your question.
No, I think that was I think that was great, Stajana. And I see a question as well from Barry in the chat, who I think is from the Seychelles, but I think I might leave that for the Q&A after the final speaker has presented their experience, because it feels like more of a general question, but we will, of course, answer your question, Barry, before the end of the call today. So just before we move on to that final sort of Q&A session, I'd like to invite our final speaker from Azerbaijan, who will again be answering the 3 questions that I said at the start of this speaker session, and that is Aslan Shikalyev. So Aslan, are you on the call? Are you? I can't see you at present.
Aslan is here.
Yeah, I thought
here.
I saw this. Yeah. You might have. Ah, Aslan, I see you, Aslan. Oh, I don't think we can hear you, Aslan, actually. But it doesn't say you're muted, so I don't know what the problem is. No. It doesn't say you're muted, but there seems to maybe be an issue with your audio. No problem. We can give you a minute or so.
Can you hear me now? I will try without
Perfect. Yeah,
headphones.
Aslan. Yeah, we can hear you, Aslan. Sorry about that.
No, sorry, my bad. So thank you, Freya. Thank you, colleagues. It was very interesting to hear the experiences of Moldova and Japan. Indeed, I join the words said by Nailia that the participation of Japan was invaluable together with all other peers. And today I'm very pleased to share Azerbaijan's experience within the MLP program. Over the past 3 years, together with colleagues from Uzbekistan, Turkey, Moldova, Georgia, Japan, we have participated in 3 cycles of the MLP. And as Lajana mentioned, together with Moldova and these countries were veterans, so to say, of MLP program. But back then, when we first started in 2023, things were completely different. At that time, reporting under ETF was completely new for us, and MPGs looked very complicated. The common tabular formats were unfamiliar, and we had many practical questions. How do we actually fill in these tables? What kind of assumptions are needed? How do we link mitigation actions to NDC tracking? What do we do if the data is simply not available? So in the beginning, we were really learning one step at a time. And of course, with support of CBIT-GSP, the IGES in the beginning, the colleagues from Japan's Ministry of Environment and Mitsubishi Research and Consulting, namely, of course, Takashi-san, we started working through practical exercises together. And that what made MLP program different. It was not theoretical, but as Ketsive mentioned in the beginning, it was hands-on. I will not repeat what Slajana presented, what we actually covered during these 3 cycles. In 2023, it was CTF table 1 and 2 focused on energy. In 2024, it was CTF table 5 focused on agriculture. And in 2025, we were focusing on the projections tables from 7 to 12. And across these 3 cycles, we identified a number of challenges in our CTF tables, namely understanding what level of detail is required, defining indicators linked to our NDC, collecting consistent information from different sectors, dealing with missing or incomplete data, and limited national modeling capacity. Through the MLP, we were able to discuss these issues openly with our peer countries, review each other's work, and improve our reporting approaches step by step. And looking back now, I would say that the biggest benefit of the MLP was preparation in advance. CBIT-GSP and this program MLP anticipated skills that we need in advance, which helped us during the implementation of the BTR. Even when we did not fully realize it at the time, the exercises we completed became the foundation for preparation of the actual BTR. When a deadline for BTR submission was approaching, we were no longer starting from zero. We already had draft materials, shared methodologies, and much better understanding of what was expected under the MPGs. As Mihai well mentioned, the workshop in Almaty was very useful. We had received many hands-on experiences and very valuable materials on how to fill in the CTF tables. And finally, beyond all the technical knowledge, there was something else that made the MLP truly valuable. We worked together with peers from other countries, reviewed each other's progress, asked questions freely, and supported each other through the process. Over time, this created not just technical capacity, but a sense of shared purpose. We were not working in isolation anymore. We felt part of a climate transparency community, a community where we would learn from each other, rely on each other, and contribute to a common transparency goal. And I believe this feeling of belonging and contribution is one of the most important outcomes of the MLP experience. Thank you very much, and I look forward to participating in the future MLP cycles. Thank you, colleagues. And of course, if anyone have questions, I'm happy to clarify.
Thank you so much, Aslan. I think that was, I think that last kind of summary that you gave there is one of the most important and fundamental parts of the MLP. And I also think it almost a little bit answers part of the question that maybe Barry answered as well. So of course, if anyone has any direct questions for Aslan, please go ahead. Lilia, I can see your hand is raised.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I want to say thank you for great MLP organized in the Baku together with Japanese part to Takashi on agriculture, because this is CTF MLP on agriculture was really brilliant. I want to say that not only because the approach which was used and organized by Japanese was perfect. I think we see from other eyes how is working this reporting on agriculture, because this is many countries have the problems related to this, related to methodologies, assumption. This is lying in this putting in the CTF tables. And the first time we have possibility to sit face to face in Azerbaijan and to share our experience and to study one from other. And I want to say thank you very much to Japanese and to Azerbaijan for great organized workshops in the Baku in 2024. And I want to say one thing, because this is MLP was helped us, for example, for Moldova, not only for BTR preparation, but also because we have this cycle, this is policy cycle, is very useful also for elaborating of policy document as low emission program, long-term strategy, and also this is, of course, NDC. And because when you know such how to prepare all these assumptions, methodologies, it's very good for such exercise. I advise all countries who not participated in agriculture exercise to join to Japanese to have this clear understanding of the process. Thank you very much.
If I may, thank you so much, Lilia. I cannot add anything but say that indeed it was a very good, very productive joint work between the peer countries, between the organizers. And I just wanted to complement what Lilia have just said. The organizers of the MLP program listened well to our needs. So after the first cycle, the participants actually asked for face-to-face workshop to understand better the CTF tables, and thanks to organizers that they actually realized this support. And again, it was pleasure to be working with all the participating countries. Thank you.
Thank you, Lilia, and thank you, Aslan. So yeah, we have a few questions on the chat, so I'll read through them now. And of course, you can ask still any questions to any of our presenters, and also to Nelia and Sljana. We have a bit of extra time now for just some more Q&A and overall discussion. But I'll start at least with the two questions in the chat. So this is the one from Barry from the Seychelles, which I think some elements have maybe already been answered, but I think it's good to ask the full question again. So Barry said, so small island states face lots of challenges when it comes to capacity to ensure delivery of their obligations, including inventory, reporting, and everything in between. How can colleagues who have benefited from the various workshops in, I assume, under the MLP and training assist SIDS like Seychelles? So I think that can be open to any of the colleagues who presented, or also to Sljana and Nelia too. Sljana, go ahead.
Thank you, and thanks to the colleague from the Seychelles for the question. Yes, we are very much aware of the challenges for the SIDS, and we pay a lot of attention to this group of countries. And for instance, we organize really different events and numbers of trainings for Seychelles. For now, as I know, we prepare series of webinars on adaptation, since adaptation is one of the biggest threats or climate issues are one of the biggest threats of the region. So adaptation can be one of the main solutions or topics that we would like to discuss with the Seychelles. So that is something first that I know that we organize, but also other trainings, events, etc. Our network coordinator from there will invite you to participate. Of course, when we organize here, I'm sitting in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Europe, and the time difference is a bit challenging for you, for your team members. But if we prepare something especially for your region, we will accommodate to your time. So please feel free to ask us and to pose topics that are interested to you, and also all other support that we can provide online, etc. So also we organize some workshops in country, which is a bit less this year, but this is also one option. So you are very much welcome with your requests. Our colleague Ardana is a network coordinator for Pacific region, so you can send email to her or Neila and me or anyone from our team. So thank you.
Barry, I can see actually that your hand is raised. Do you want to further elaborate, or do you have anything to add to your question?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you for the response. We really appreciate that there are options out there for us to participate. But one area where we have quite a bit of challenge is the blue carbon. So Seychelles has up to start incorporating blue carbon in its inventory. So I think we're the only country so far who have attempted this in the BTR one, and I was the one crazy enough to do that. So, but we still lack quite a bit of experience, because there's still a lot of areas that we have question unanswered, and we were hoping that if there's something in the short term where we can benefit from other colleagues who have participated in those forums, because I've heard we've talked about agriculture, because I'm doing for Seychelles, I follow. So agriculture is very important to us. We do have some challenges there as well. So if there are colleagues in the groups that are in a position to help us out, especially myself, I'm the only one doing a follow for the entire countries. So it's quite challenging to be only one person doing the inventory, doing the reporting at the same time. So if there are colleagues out there who will be able to help me out, I'll be very happy if you can just drop your contact in the chat. I'll be very happy to link up and see how best we can collaborate. So that will be on my side. And it's a plea for assistance because we're going to start the BTR2 now. So that's why I'm trying to seek as many assistance as possible.
No, thank you so much, Barry. And I think as well, of course, there's a number of colleagues on the call today who have either been involved in the follow MLP or just in other terms of other follow trainings, etc. And there's always scope within the support that we provide at CBIT-GSP to organize other sort of peer learning sessions or peer learning workings at bringing together countries. Yourself being someone who's maybe looking for some further support or assistance in a follow. So maybe that's also a possibility where obviously reach out to Sheila and see if there's any online peer learnings that we can do related to that. And also, obviously, as we've said, for the MLP specifically, I know you've mentioned blue carbon, and that's obviously an area that Seychelles are exploring. And I know that that was something that they mentioned during the Anglophone Africa network meeting last year. Of course, not all countries maybe are currently looking at the blue carbon aspect of things, but maybe that's something that future MLP sessions or future sort of learning sessions, bringing together the countries that are actually looking to quantify the blue carbon sort of the emissions and the removals to do with that. Maybe that's something that we could look towards at the future. But on that shorter term, I definitely either encourage, as Barry said, for any colleagues who undertook the MLP on the follow, to maybe, if you want to, put your contact details in the chat here, and Barry can reach out. And also we can maybe also, Barry, on your side, of reach out to Sheila, we can try and organize maybe some direct online peer learning with some of the countries who maybe could provide support in that way. And I can see there's one more question in the chat, which is related, I think, to more sort of the overall MLP processes. So it's from Irina, and it says, if countries encounter difficulties, can the program collect these issues from the countries to clarify and to clarify these during the meetings in the BTR reports or CTF tables? And I think Slajana gave that a thumbs up, which basically means that yes, of course, I think any queries or difficulties that are encountered throughout this it's all a part of the MLP system, is sort of also having those questions and being able to have these answered throughout the MLP. I don't see any other hands or questions. Did anyone have anything else, any other queries relating to the MLP or anything that our colleagues have presented? And I think if not, I think, yeah, of course, what we really wanted to do in this meeting was to showcase, obviously, the MLP and some of the great experience that has been had. And what now would maybe be a next step is for countries or persons who are maybe interested in conducting a similar MLP or MLP-like process in their own countries to either reach out to Nelia or Slajana, or also reach out to your network coordinators as well. And we can hopefully try and see about future MLP iterations that can, broaden the scope of the countries that we're working with. But if there are no other questions as it stands, then I will hand over to Slajana. We're just going to do a quick Menti and satisfaction survey just to close out today's meeting. So go ahead, Slajana.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Freya. I'll share now the Menti questions. Just a second. I hope that you see now my screen.
It's just loading. It's just gray at the moment, but I think that might just be on my side though.
Okay, I hope that now you can see the instructions, so you
No,
can.
I still can't see it, Slajana. So
Not
maybe
yet.
maybe unpresent and represent. Unless it might just be from my side if any other colleagues.
It's on my screen, so I will stop sharing and share it again.
Okay.
So hopefully.
Slajana, I'm not sure if you're sharing, but I also can't seem to see you now. I'm not sure if anyone else is also having this same issue or if it's maybe just on my side.
No, I also cannot see neither Slajana nor the presentation.
I
Yeah.
see just
Yeah, I guess
screen
Slajana
and,
went out. Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps.
Invent code.
Nelia, do you happen, oh, maybe she's going to rejoin the call now. Apologies for this short technical problem.
Yeah, just give me a second to open the Menti because it doesn't open.
Ah, okay, maybe it's an issue.
Yeah.
It's always one of them. It's always Teams or Menti or some other thing causing issues in these online meetings, but we'll hopefully get it sorted quickly.
Just 1 second. Entering space. So I guess I can, yeah, I can share. Just 1 second. I will share my screen first. Yeah, and the code. Just 1 second. I've put the code in the chat box so you can see it. Meanwhile, I'm opening my screen. I hope you can see.
Yeah, we can see it. Thank you, Nelia. Thank you for this.
Yeah, once you copy this code, so please let me know so that I can click the next slide. Because I see that 8 people joined, just 8. Okay.
Yeah, you can also go to www.menti.com.
Yeah. So which country are you joining from today? Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Japan, Moldova, Seychelles, Kyrgyzstan, Zambia. Quite a diverse set of countries. Montenegro, yeah, Turkmenistan. Okay, next slide. How familiar are you with enhanced transparency frameworks? So very familiar, somewhat familiar, not familiar. Okay, next slide. How interesting did you find the MLP learning approach? very interesting, moderately interesting, and not interesting. Okay, next. Which part of the MLP did you find most valuable for your learning and experience? Completing the exercise, engaging in discussions with other countries, learning from insights of other countries, and providing comments on other countries' exercises. And most of the answers are completing the exercise and engaging with the countries and learning from the countries. And this is basically the main objective of the approach MLP uses, just liaising and with the countries and learning from each other. What lessons from these experiences could be applied in your context? Okay, first response we received so far is the correct indicator identification. Yes. And this was also basically echoed just before we started the MLP, that the indicators and correct use of indicators as per the country's NDC was sound as a priority. How the country can put the indicators, how to track them, and what policy and measures on emission reduction they need to account for this tracking exercise. Yes, we have received other responses. These are definitions for each indicator, correct completion of CTF tables, experience from other participants. And yeah, Seychelles has not participated, but would definitely benefit to build the local capacity and improve BTR. Yeah, indicators again, technical gaps and filling in the tables. Indicators. Methodology to assess NDC progress. Would you be interested in participating in the next MLP cycle? Yes, no, maybe. So maybe you need to think internally and discuss internally within your team what topic need to be selected for MLP, what potential countries can be your peers, because this is also important. We need to also think how to link you with other countries, because other countries need also have the same priority in topics as you. So this is also need to be taken into account. If yes, which topics would you find most valuable or interesting to explore within the MLP learning cycle? Hands-on experience in sectoral inventory estimations using the IPCC software, including the inventory part to MLP as well. Okay, this is mostly addressing the topic of inventory. Indicators, analysis and inventory, instruments for projections, AFOLU sector, use of IPCC software and analysis, relationships and links between the GNG inventory and NDC tracking, tracking NDC progress, PAMS, what additional support would you like from CBIT-GSP? A review of sectoral inventory estimations, practical experience on projections, support in GHG modeling. Yes, this is a part of CBIT-GSP's learning mandate, so it can be real. Okay, modeling. inventory, greenhouse gas inventory reporting, improving data collection. Please also think if you need a peer who is prioritizing its area of interest for peer exchange, it's also possible, because we have 10 network coordinators who are pretty much good, has good knowledge what country is having like best strength in, for example, inventory for waste, or has validated some methodology and tested it. So just use this opportunity as well, because we are also learning from the countries, and we know what are like best sides of the experiences that the countries can share. And the final, I guess, question is about the satisfaction rate, and how satisfied are you with today's webinar, which introduced the MLP? Very satisfied, satisfied, neither satisfied or dissatisfied, dissatisfied, and very dissatisfied. So we have like 5 rates of voting. Please select the most appropriate. Today's webinar is just introduction, how MLP has been organized, so you can think further whether you want to use this approach later on, and we can formalize the whole approach then based on your needs. Okay, and yeah, thank you, and that's it from my side. Freya, over to
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you, Nelia. And I want to pass on Slejana's apologies. Her teams had a bit of a shutdown, so she wasn't able to rejoin after hers went a bit haywire. But yeah, I wanted to thank everyone for joining today. I wanted to thank our speakers, and also Nelia and Slejana, who have been working on this with all the countries also since 2023 as well. And of course, just to reiterate that all our inboxes, all our emails, the CBIT-GSP, the network coordinators, are open for further questions relating to the MLP. And as Nelia said, sorry, if you want to have a little bit of time to think about topics, or whether you'd like to further be involved in this, feel free to take a bit of time and reach out to us on this. And yes, of course, for any other modalities of support, we're also here. So yeah, please make sure to keep in touch with your relevant network coordinators. So again, thank you everyone who joined, and for those asking questions. And this has been recorded, so feel free to share also within your countries, and it will also be made available on the YouTube with an access point through the platform. So thanks again, everyone, and have a lovely rest of the day wherever you are, and speak to you all soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Bye. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you, and bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.